What's going on, y'all? I'm back with another update here. Just steady grinding on the car, man. Now I'm trying to attack to put the engine in the car and the transmission. Basically just for mock-up purposes. I'll probably leave the engine in there and be taking the transmission in and out. That way, because it doesn't have a torque converter or anything like that right now. So just mocking up everything, making sure everything fits good and all that. And if everything does, then I'll put it in its final resting place once I get all the parts in. But I got the engine together already, as you guys know, and that should be good to go. So I'll probably just leave the engine itself in and end up taking the transmission in and out. But I got some other updates here as well that I want to show you what I'm going to do today before I drop it in. So let me do that real quick. Not the engine, but the transmission on its stand right there. So that is in its place. So when I put the engine in, I can go ahead and temporarily mate it to the block, and that way get everything lined up to make sure everything fits good. So let me take you over here to what I'm going to do today. So I got all my parts right here, y'all. So this is all the parts that I'm gonna be installing on the, to get the engine and everything installed in the car. Got some ARP motor mount bolts, so I can anchor those down to the motor mounts in the car, the stands in the car on the frame. Then I have a new transmission mount, so I got that there. Energy suspension brand. Also energy suspension brand. I showed a couple of these in my couple previous videos ago. So again, there's two separate mounts for these Chevelles. I'm not sure if one's for big block and one's for a standard, but there's these mounting, I don't even know what they're called, feet or stands or whatever that come on there. So there's a short and wide version and there's a tall and skinny, and I think I have the short and wide versions on mine, so I had to order a different set of mounts for mine. I originally ordered the other ones and they were too narrow, they wouldn't fit over, so I had to order the short and wides, and they fit really good. So if you guys didn't know that, now you do. So I got those. They don't sell them by the pair, they sell them separate, so I had to buy two of them anyway. And then these are just on my bolts to get everything mounted in. The bolts to make the transmission to the bell housing to the block. This is a torque converter bolts. I got to torque the torque converter down. And these are just spare new transmission cross member hardware bolts and stuff, so I can mount that. And then these are my LS adapter bolt or brackets that I had from CPP. And the directions and everything to put them in, so I'm going to get those installed. That way I can mate this to that, and then that to the car, and be good to go. So let me get to work, y'all, today. All right, so first up, I'm going to install these adapter plates, so they give you good detailed directions on what to do and how to mount them in. So you have the sliding portion for where this piece right here actually slides back and forth, and then the motor mount actually mounts to this, and then that way you can adjust it front to back to kind of get that engine set exactly where you need it. It has all the hardware and everything set in separately, and so that way you can it makes it easy for you to install it, and with the laid out directions and everything, it should be fairly straightforward. So again, these are the CPP brand. I've heard a lot of good things about these particular LS swap adapter brackets for Chevelles. I heard they're really good, and so that's why I'm going with them. So anyways, let me go ahead and get this installed, and I'll holla back. Man, finally. Oh my gosh, y'all. I've been at this. What time is it? Let me get my phone. I've been at this since 11. It's 5:14 right now. Well, about noon actually. So I've been at it since noon. So for about 5 hours. But I got everything in. She is in there. She is in there. It actually went pretty smooth. I had one little hookup on the transmission cross member, and then another one on one side of the motor mount. The bolt wouldn't go through, wouldn't line up. So I've been battling with that actually for about the past hour. Finally got that in. But let me flip this camera around, y'all, because I'm hungry. I'm tired. My girl's waiting on me, and so I'm ready to go eat something. So let me show you this real quick before I head in. All right, y'all, so here we go. So I got the motor all covered up right now, at least on top, so the chain won't mess up anything as far as the paint goes. But she is in there, man, looking good in there too, y'all. So this is what I had trouble with. So as you can see, I have these are actually like little shelving hooks that you put in the side of the shelf, and then you put the shelf on top. And what I needed to do was try to find, because this is the motor mount side that wouldn't fit. It wouldn't slide down, it wouldn't line up with the hole. It was actually halfway on, and I couldn't get it down far enough, and it wouldn't stay. So I was like, man, what am I gonna do? So if you can see here, there's a little lip here bend, and there's obviously a bend here. And what I thought I could do is wedge something in between those two metal pieces and hold it down far enough where I could actually slide the bolt in. And so I had to do it on both sides. So I found these, and they almost fit, but I had to take a Dremel and Dremel the side of it so it would slide in better. So I just did it on the tip. That way I had the extra width after I like beat it in to try to spread it out more. And it ended up working, y'all. So I have those in there just to show you what I did. And it ended up working, and it slid right in. Well, it didn't slide right in. It actually went in, and then I had to actually take my little ratchet tool and actually screw it in. And so it like screwed in, and it went in. So it wouldn't slide right in, but it actually went in on both sides. So I don't know if you can understand what I did, but that's actually what I had to do to make it fit. So those are the motor mount plates. They work great. I have this slid all the way almost back. If you can see, there's about maybe 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch left that I can slide, but it's pretty much in its resting spot. But it looks pretty damn good. You know, after all this time of working on it and finally seeing a motor inside of this car, it's pretty exciting. Let me see if I can take you underneath. Let me grab my flashlight real quick. But yeah, y'all, it's been a morning, that's for sure. Let me go here. I'll go under the car so I can show you. Ooh. You guys can see. So I have the transmission just mounted to the block, just with a couple bolts. That way I could get everything kind of mock fitted. But it's up there. I don't know if it's sitting too high or not. This is actually the stock cross member, and I'm not sure if it makes the transmission sit up higher or not. I'm gonna just kind of let it be for now and just kind of see where that takes me. I was trying to avoid buying a new cross member like the G-force cross members, and those, I don't even know if that would help at all, lower the transmission down at all. I'm not sure if this angle is right, but I'm gonna do some research and kind of see. But that's kind of what it looks like. If you guys can see it, I don't have great lighting, but that's the angle that it's kind of sitting at. If you guys know any different, just let me know. Here, let me do something here. Let me take off this GoPro stand so I can get this GoPro to sit up more level. All right, y'all, that should be a little bit better. So yeah, I got the transmission mounted here. It's sitting up on the actual mount, just sitting there. Nothing's bolted in, but I got it there for mock-up purposes. The transmission, you see, it's the yoke is sitting about
about an inch out, if you can see. I don't know if you can. So it's pretty much right where it needs to be. And then this is the angle that it's kind of sitting at. So if you guys can maybe kind of see what that looks like, maybe chime in, see if that's too much of a drop. I'll have to research to kind of see what the angle is. I know it's supposed to have a little slight angle to it on the way down to the rear end, but I'm not sure how much, so I'll have to see. But anyways, the transmission, the drive shaft is what I was kind of worried about. I didn't want to have to take it to get it lengthened or shortened, and it actually fits in there, so that's good. This is actually a stock drive line for a Chevelle, so it actually worked out great. And then I bought some U-joint, I don't even know what they're called, like brackets or something like that, to kind of keep the drive line in place. And so that worked pretty good, and so I'm happy about that. And let me see, this is a part number on here. Oh, this is what I got, if you guys can see it. Hold on. So this is the part number that I got for those, I don't even know what they're called. U-bolt kit, I guess, and nuts. So that's the ones that I got for a 4 or 9-inch. It works pretty good. So anyways, let me get out from under this car, y'all. And one other thing, I had also bought a new transmission motor mount for this, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it with this transmission cross member. This is actually thicker, and it actually makes the transmission sit higher, and I already think that it might sit too high right now. So I had to go ahead and use my original one that was on the Turbo 400. I think it's actually still in pretty good condition. I probably should have looked at it before I ordered all this, but this actually I think was making it sit too high as well. So I'm going to hold on to it. If I get a new cross member or something like that, then I might put it back on if it's gonna work with my application. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is with the original cross, or with the original bracket or the mount, and then just go from there. But anyways, y'all, that is it for today. I'm tired. It's been a long one, but I'm happy that it's in there because I wanted to get that in there, and that's been something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, just so I can get everything lined up for mock-up purposes and then go from here. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and eat here real quick. I'll come back out, tidy everything up, and then hit it again tomorrow. So like this video, y'all, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think about the motor and the transmission and all that in there. Let me know what it looks like. If you have any input on the drive shaft as far as the angle of it goes, let me know. And yeah, we making waves. So anyways, I appreciate everybody out there. Also, the giveaway, I haven't forgot about it. Yesterday was my girl's birthday, and it was a long day. I had to wake up at 4:30 and work, and then I worked out, and then we played tourist in downtown Seattle, and it was pretty much her day. I took her shopping and everything, treated her well, and she definitely enjoyed that. So I was tired as hell though, y'all. Came home about 7. We came home about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I changed real quick, and we both sat down on the couch, and I was like out in like 15 minutes. So, but she enjoyed her day, and I'm glad that she was able to. I'm glad that I was able to help with that and share that experience with her. And so she's been working really hard and doing a lot of good things at work, and just in life in general. She's a real good human, good person. So I'm glad I was able to share that day with her. So, anyways, I'm out. About to go eat. And like I said, I haven't forgot about the giveaway, but I will be tallying up those I don't know, votes or raffles or whatever, and then we'll make it happen. I'll make a video and announce the winner at that time. All right, peace out. I'll holla.